Guys, I bought a dirt bike and I immediately took it apart because why? I'm not sure. But now we got to put it back together, so we got to do it. Let's do it. Well, that is what, what remains of a 2022 KTM 300 XC-W. And some parts. So it came as a full running bike, and of course the 2022s had a black frame. Factory bikes have an orange frame. You know how it is. I gotta have an orange frame. So I immediately, before I guess I even owned it for about maybe 20 minutes. Took it apart, threw it in my car because I didn't want to get my truck dirty and salty because it's wintertime here in Nova Scotia. Here's the photo. Anyway, yeah, you get the idea. Took it apart, put it in the car, brought it home, sent the frame off to be powder coated. That was a couple months ago now. Anyway, we're frames back. Spring is like happening, so this has got to go back together because I want to do some dirt bike stuff this year. But yeah, boxes of stuff, extra cool clamps. Don't pay any attention to the many pieces of ZX7. Just, that's for another day. We're not, this is important. Importanter? Anyway, we're doing it. I think first what I'm going to do is put the steering stem bearings back in. Guys, I cleaned the inside as good as I can. You know, when they sandblast a frame, it gets that sand everywhere, and it's especially in the steering bearings, we got to get rid of all of that as much as we can, and just so when we pound the bearings in, everything runs nice and smooth. We'll get the bearings in. We'll put the nuts in for the motor mount bolts, and we'll just I guess start there. I wasn't the one who took it apart, I'll be honest, so I have no idea where everything goes. It's obvious, the swing arm there, forks there, but how we get there, I guess we'll find out. Alright, steering head bearings in. Got the inserts in for the engine. What's to stop us from putting the engine in? I guess we can do that. Jeez, there's still sand. There's sand that comes out of everywhere for like ever. You never get all the sand out. Now, there's always a certain way that these things go in. Let's see if you can watch me struggle with it. Pretty close. I found dirt. I still found some dirt. I went through and I cleaned everything I could possibly clean. That one goes through like that, and greased everything. Like I said, I had a couple of months to mess with stuff. Well, that needs to come over just a bit. Sometimes when you powder coat stuff, all the tolerances get messed up. Looks like a problem. Oh, we got it. Turns out if you just line it up better, it works much better. And I got these like, whoo, these are pretty. The X-Trade clamps. Oh yeah, got dirt on them already. Now I've got them pretty well packed with grease, but you know, a little bit more. A little schmear. Extra greasy. Is this even interesting? Does anybody watching? Does anybody care? It's probably going to be way more exciting to ride than it is to build, but I figured I'd take you with me anyway. Sits right down on top. And that'll sit until we get our fork tubes in. All right, we're making progress. We got shock on, swing arm, this little brackety thing. I ran the oil injection piece. That's a tube that runs right through here, and I just fished it through and it came out the bottom. And this tube here, there's basically, it's a connector. Do I have the other one? I have one that looks like this, really hard to get apart. There's a tube that screws into the bottom of that. Then I wrecked that one getting it out, so I bought another one. But that's just a T-bracket that runs to either radiator there. And then there's a pipe that screws right into the back of that. And you will need a special tool, which you can make out of a socket, just ground. Basically, there's 3 little ribs on there, and you can turn the pipe in through the bottom. But that is, I don't know if you can see it there. But yeah, that runs down there, and get rid of that one. So now I got to do some wiring. I got the harness in the box there. Oh no, this is, I don't remember where anything goes. I have no idea. So we're just gonna have to like wing it a bit and maybe look on the old Google here. All right, here's what we got. We're making progress, I think. Got the rear tray on. Guys, I have no idea where any of these are supposed to go. But, and it's quite hard actually. There's not much online that you can find that tells you like where the wiring is supposed to go. However, we're getting through it. You know, there's some marks on some of these, like that one's got a bend there. You can tell it's been on something, so it's possible. I think I'm missing some clips and stuff. Makes it even more challenging. Found where the regulator's supposed to go. That's a slow process, but we're, you know, it's getting there. Might have to put the forks on or something just to make myself feel better, because this is just, guys, it's been like an hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe 17 hours of just fiddling. And, you know, I'm ready to see more progress. All right, well, I got the radiators on. Just a little bit. Don't look at those. That one's got a fan kit on it. We got Samco hoses. Got everything hooked up there. So those look all right. Let's keep going. Let's put the forks in. I'm gonna put the forks in. One. Now they're a little marked up from the previous owner, I will say. See if we can get them lined up okay. We'll take a guess at our front ride height. We'll just clamp one of those guys in there. Easy now. Easy. Yeah, it's starting to look like a bike. That makes me excited. Whew, feel like we're making real good progress here. Let me see. Got wheels on. Got a fender on. Man, I have no idea how any of this goes together, so I'm like fiddling with bolts and clips and trying to figure out, you know, it's a bit of a mess, but it's taking a really long time. That's why it's like day 2, you know, but extra time, we'll get it all right. Figuring out where all the wires go. I think this is right, you know. I don't know what that does. Maybe that's for the tank. I don't know. We'll figure that out. That I don't know. That'll go somewhere. And of course, I didn't clean the stuff in here until just now, so that's all filthy. It's a little bit better now. It's a lot of work, guys. You know, I'll put the pegs on, put the shifter on. Making progress. I like it. It's looking pretty. It's all back together. I got, you know, I've been at it for a minute. Oh, it smells so good. We got fluid in the radiator. I got changed the oil in the bottom end. We got new 2-stroke oil in it. We're warming up. Pipe's a little mangled up, but I think it should be right awesome. I'm ready to ride it. So guys, I had a panic attack. I was just testing on it here. And I was shifting, and man, it feels really weird. It feels like it won't go into gear. So, turns out I was rubbing the chain on the shifter. So I don't really know how you get it up further than that. I'd like to have it, obviously you want to be able to get a motocross boot under it, so maybe I'll have to go looking for a different shifter. I'm going to move it back down just so it doesn't contact the chain there, but just weird. That was weird. We're going to move it down and try that. I say let's test it. So I think we did pretty good. I still have some stuff to do. I got to I have a skid plate that I'm going to put on. What else? I want to do something with handguards, and I don't have the right spring in the lever. Apparently there's a spring that's supposed to go in here to keep tension on it, and I don't have the right one, so it's putting maybe a little bit too much tension on it. So it might be dragging the brake, but we got some stuff done. I'm really happy to have this done because, well, we got to finish the truck. It's like evening. What are we doing? Still got the truck in there, so I got to finish that, but this is pretty much crossed off, so maybe that'll be the next video. Thanks for watching.